What is your thoughts about homosexuality?
Well, first of all, we ask ourselves, what is this madness, so-called Gayism? Gayism is not our culture. Gayism originated from Western culture. That's the US and the European countries. According to me, or Africa, my stand is, I got a sister, I need to marry her, because she is my opposite sex. And because she is my opposite sex, now I need to marry her for procreation reasons. We reproduce. As from the day one of the creation, God the Father of eternity, He created Adam, later on Eve. He found it was more better for a man to procreate. If He needed us now to engage in this so-called homosexual, then He could have created two men. It's not binds to the African stand, it's all. Africans, we are condemning that thing in a high spirit. We are not for it. And even right now, what we are urging the government is to tame this thing before it spread and pollute the culture and our morals, because it is not our stand. Secondly, you can just imagine if we entertain this thing, what kind of society we are going to have. We have the boarding school for ladies, we have the college school for the men. If we entertain, then we are going to have a rotten society whereby even the country will lack people with integrity whom can also be trusted for this country. Because one, if you pollute someone's brain psychologically, and you show now is not about this, doing the norm, we can divert and engage in the others. In fact, we are also inviting other things to our country, which even God is not going to be happy with us. So, to me, as an African who believe in an opposite sex relationship, we are going to go against it. And in fact, if we can even manage to get MPs, the legislator who goes in the house to prepare bills, we would also give as our view, we want it to be in our constitution, no legalizing the issue of gay in Kenya. And if possible, if we get to even have one passing over here, we know how to act. And we can act. And we can act kabisa. And make sure that he teaches other gays a lesson. Because Kenya, we put it a big X. We don't want it.
Okay, from my side, or from my view, Gayism is not it's an abomination in our society.
Yeah.
If we are going to accept those things in Africa or in our institutions, because we know they have come here in Kenya, you know, in Western Kenya, there is a church that is entertaining those taboos. But if it is going to happen, or if they are going to continue with the same spirits in Kenya, then we have actions which we can take for them, because our institutions will never go well with those things. We know that they are coming with NGOs. They will come with a very big gift to our institutions, but we can digest it in a well manner that we can make them to go out of our country. In my community where I come from, if you will be found with the same case, you will be discommunicated from the community totally. Even your spirit, they will never accept to hear where it will go. But if you will be found with the same case, I don't think that you will be given a time to speak in our community. We condemn it in a highly manner. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I condemn Gayism, and in public institutions, efforts should be made to curtail publicity of Gayism. In fact, it has been shown that in our society, such publicity in the media injures morality. In fact, I guarantee you, out of statistics, majority are anti-gayism, are of anti-gayism, and the orientation is a straight orientation. How will our society ensure procreation and sustain itself if homosexuality and gayism is supported? On the other hand, yes, I believe that human rights and freedoms require to be adhered to. However, such should not be promoted in public institutions, whereby favorism or being given opportunity to injure public morality is supported. And we know the effects of gayism, and we know where it emerges from. Gayism has been shown to emerge from Western influence, Western culture, emerging from
say Europe
media,
and America.
Yeah, all those. And above all, gayism is uncouth, it's sick to the public.
What is the...
Can I add something, sir? Like for me now, I think I even wish if we had once confirmed these are gay. Number one, we'll stigmatize them because we do not value. We don't even see any context of value in them. We stigmatize them. They cannot share what we have. We cannot even allow them in our hospitals because they are going also to affect. You can imagine they can start now harassing the patient inside there. We cannot even, we will want the government to let them access any fund. And even those institutions, the NGOs that are being given certificates, right, to run those nonsense, we want the government to revoke those documents. 3, if we get to know the human right or the corridor that allows these people to penetrate in our country, we can even ban their offices because it's not part of us. Yeah. You can just imagine, you are a parent, you raise 2 kids, maybe a girl and a boy, and you have invested in them, you paid for their school fees and what have you, and then later on, you come to realize, oh, your daughter is a lesbianism, how can you feel? Or your son is a homosexual practitioner, how can you feel? These people need to finish them. Even in our own mother tongue we say muti mudogo unachungwa ungali mchanga, kama anakuwa mkubwa hawezi tekeleza hiyo miti.
Samaki mkunja
now, but this time when the gayism is trying now to bear roots, is the highest time we cut it off, so that even that spirit we can dip it in the Indian Ocean, so that it can never be hovering around. We condemn it in a higher spirit. We are not for gay. We are not for gay, man. We are not for gay.
Exactly.
These are Christian states. We fear God more than a man, more than the superpowers.
Question.
God first, the rest follows. Gayism, no, period.
Question. I'm asking, if my father was not going to marry my mother, where have I been? Surely. If we are going to continue with those spirits, where is our population will go? We don't need to be like the whites. If you need to manage your population the way you need,
population agenda,
you do. For our side, we need to procreate and we need to be many.
yes.
Sure.
Yeah. We know there is a case that you came with they came with
the vaccines for 14 years to 21. That one was to manage women from not be able to conceive.
We know.
But we are ready to give 10 kids because it is our right, biblical right.
We see you as you are coming, and we have your solutions. Here in Africa, we don't know those.
Well, I would like to add something also.
Yeah.
I feel such is a dilemma where, while positive effects of Western influence, such as adherence to human rights, come up. On one hand, we have positive pressure such as human rights. On the other hand, we have other pressures to adhere to LGBT rights, which we feel in our society is injurious. In the first place, why should it be promoted in the public domain, in the media? Such is what I would recommend, or we will recommend to our government. Kindly refrain from adopting policies that are going to support gayism for the purpose of protection of society, purpose of protection of procreation and sustaining humanity.
There is a abominable man in, I don't know which country, but I know it is from the European, a prime minister, I don't know which country. But we heard last time that he's having a wife, the same man. That guy, if there is somebody that will inform him, we don't need him in Kenya. And if we know that our government will allow that man to come in Kenya, then we will riot. Yeah, we don't know those things. Those are nonsenses.
If homosexuality is promoted, institutions whereby, in the first place, conjugal rights are denied, such as corrective institutions, for example, jails and prisons, it means that it will defy the same reason that conjugal rights were denied, if it is for the purpose of correction. So, gayism does not make sense, and its support is actually undoing. Naturally, show me, or let's have a discussion or find out if it is natural for same-sex relationships to take place. It is not natural. So, and previously, unnatural acts have been termed such as gayism being unnatural.
Yes.
One more. I want now to take you also to something else. When you go to our constitution, it does not recognize the right of gay, because that one is a behavior you adapt from somewhere else. It is not nature. If one can be born as a gay, we can have that human understanding. But this one, there's nowhere it applies. Number two, I want to warn the international community. Kenya, Africa is our soil. We will dare not welcome those nonsense to come here. And if we get to know, even where my friend has talked about, there is a certain country, the leader and the high profile leader
is a prime minister
who is coming to Kenya. We are gonna riot. We will demand closure of that. And we are going to demand the closure of that embassy. Right? Okay, sir. We are demanding the closure of that embassy. Because if we continue inviting such, those are enemies more than the Al-Shabaab we are fighting now. And I believe now the government has the hard task to fight three enemies. Number one, the drug traffickers. Number two,